Welcome crafters to another Crochet Cakes YouTube video. In today's podcast episode, we're going to be talking about a crochet Subaru sweater. Now, to crochet a Subaru sweater or any other sweater of your choice, one must first begin with a beverage. So please grab your beverage of choice as you sit down to listen to today's crochet chat with me. In today's podcast episode, we will go in depth into a crochet Subaru sweater, and boy, do I have news for you, or more like stories. But first, how are you doing? Seriously, how are you doing? Just clearly, I'm excited to share my makes and other tidbits with you, or else I wouldn't be here. Or else I wouldn't be here in the month of February. And February is Black History Month, also Valentine's Day is in February. Marks 8 years that I've been with my husband. In fact, that is today, 9th of February. I've been 8 years with my now husband, and also it marks the end of the video series for the Trust Cal, in which we made a shallow crescent shawl together. And I want to thank each and every one of you that trusted me and participated in this cal. It's been really fun just designing a shawl with you, or designing a project with you. And I look forward to seeing the pictures and the feedback that you are going to give me when you finish your Trust Cal shawl. Which, by the way, comment down below if you agree, but I'm thinking about calling it the Sunrise Shawl because of the stitch panel used in the middle. I think that reminds me at least of a sunrise. And also because of the shallow crescent shape, I'm reminded of the way, the sun's ray extends. But let me know what you think in the comment section below, and do let me know if you liked this content and if you would like me to make more designs or come up with other ideas that we can design together and then share them over in the blog. Also, now that I'm talking about comments, I should probably mention that in the description box below you will find the chapters for this video, so you can skip ahead to any section that interests you later on, and you will also find descriptions to anything and everything that I talk about. I try, sometimes I forget what I say, but I try. Now, for the main event, we have a crochet Subaru sweater. I've given you some spoilers on Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen that. But I have not talked in any detail about this sweater on Instagram. The reveal, 100% of the reveal, is now all for you. Crochet Subaru sweater was made for my husband. It was started in 2021. The exact date, do not ask me. Pretty sure it was November because I was attempting to finish it by December 17th, which is his birthday, and that didn't happen. But I did finish it in January in time for our Blue Ridge trip. Now, this sweater features a top-down construction, some color work, a rib done in front post, back post, short row shaping around the neckline, and a blog post that will accompany this video, the release of this video at least. I want to bring them out concurrently so that you can have any details about measurements and gauge and all that good stuff in case you yourself want to attempt it. The only thing I'm missing to finalize, yeah, the only thing I'm missing to finalize the blog post is finished pictures and the and the color work chart. Words. So You might question my sanity when you read that blog post, but let's face it, you probably have already done that. I do it every day. But let us move fully into this sweater. So construction. I already mentioned, actually, let me bring it forward. Oh, but you know, you can't see it. Okay, there we go. That's better. So let's talk construction. I already mentioned that it's a top-down construction, and while I did start it right from the top chain, I did some short row shaping before I moved on to the pattern proper. This is crocheted in single crochet back loop only with a 5mm hook. And then as we work our way down and complete the color work, I switched to a 4.5mm hook because I wanted to bring in my sweater just a little bit. It was going to be too wide. For the exact measurements of the chest area, you will need to check out the blog post because I remember it was 40 something, but I do not remember the exact measurement for that. And this color work chart was done in Stitch Fiddle by Mommy Dearest, who's mine in Muse Crafts. I'm sure you've all heard of her. Love her. Anyway, so yeah, it was done there, and I chose to do it single crochet back loop only in the round because I didn't want to start cutting after every row. So I did choose to do this in the round. I think it gives a very nice stitch definition to the sweater. It's not so flat, but also it hides the crochet color work really, really well. Challenges with this sweater, I'm gonna come up and say the yarn first thing first. Not because it was difficult to crochet with it. I'm using Lion Brand Heartland in the Olympic colorway. So if you've seen Lion Brand Heartland, you know it tends to be a bit heathery. I hadn't noticed when we purchased this yarn, I hadn't noticed when we purchased this yarn that there were 3 different colorways. And you can certainly tell that the top and then the sleeves and then the end of the sleeves are all a different color, but it kind of sort of works. Of course, if I had seen this, then I would have used the same color, what do you call it? Same batch, the same dye lots. The same dye lots, I would have used them next to each other, so then it would look like a more intentional color blocking, but I still think it came out really nice and the color worked really well. For the contrasting color that we see here, I used a Basic Stitch, Lion Brand Basic Stitch in just yellow. I honestly don't remember the name. For grammage, check out the blog post that I'll link down below. But I'm pretty sure I used less than 20 grams for the color work. I know, that's incredible. So yes. What else can I tell you? Oh, more about the yarn. It worked up really beautifully. Where it went wrong was when I put it in the dryer. It didn't shrink, but it pilled. And I'll give you a close-up here of all the pilling. But it's just so pilly, and the only thing I was able to do is just go cut it off little by little. But every time he uses the sweater, it just gets that halo. And I know it bothers him, but he doesn't want to say it because he loves the sweater, and it bothers me too, to be honest. Changes I would make to this design. I increased very quickly because I wanted to get to the color work as soon as possible. And that kind of created like this flutter here, which you can't really tell when you're wearing it because the weight of the sweater pulls it down. But I know it's there, so it bugs me a little bit. I would definitely keep the short row shaping. If you're familiar with it, do it. If you're not familiar with it, look up a couple of videos. I kind of go quickly through how I did the short row shaping, but it really helps when you're making a yoked sweater to just bring in that back higher up, and it avoids the pulling in the neck. So I was very happy that I managed to do that. Yes, you can sort of tell because you see that the short row shaping is just done in single crochets while the rest of it is single crochet back loop only. But you know, it did its purpose. It works just fine. In terms of the sleeves, I think I should have brought them in more. When I brought them in originally, my husband thought they were too tight, so I ripped back and I did them very loose, but I think they would have merited from being just a little bit more snug around his wrists. And yeah, this is I am really happy with how this sweater turned out. I kind of want to make another one with the changes that I talked to you about. I would just have to see what yarn I pick. My husband seems to be very wool sensitive or very natural fiber sensitive. We've tried cotton alpaca, he found that itchy. I'm not even going to try mohair because I find that itchy. But all the other woolies that I had, like wool and nylon blends, he found itchy. But yeah, I should also say that I didn't really write this up as a pattern, and that really helped me get through the sweater because I didn't have that stress of I'm gonna need to grade this in the end, so I need to take super detailed and methodical instructions of what I'm doing and then grade it for the different sizes. I didn't have that stress, so when you go check out the blog post, you will just see that I did this for him in the size that I did it there. I think it's 47 inches across the chest and 26 inches in length. It's a pretty nice, comfortable sweater. And that's the only size I put it in, but feel free to do it in your own size. Use this chart. I am very tempted to do a sweater for me in a cotton cashmere blend yarn in orange because my Subaru is orange, his Subaru is blue. So I'm very tempted, very, very tempted. And thank you to everyone that commented on Instagram about this sweater. I'm very excited that we have so many Subi owners in this community. They are really great cars. I mean, don't get me wrong, like all cars, they have their glitches, but I'm definitely a Subaru convert. Did I like the new electric car that they came out? It looks like a RAV4. To be expected because they did partner with Toyota to do it. Anyway, this is not a car podcast. This is a crochet and craft podcast. So let's see, what else have I been up to? Well, other than gloating, well not gloating, but just cherishing every moment that I see this sweater, that it is finished and my husband loves it. I have been trying to plan my makes for this year. And by that, I mean not only my designs, but also projects I want to make from other people because I need some downtime. This brain needs to rest a little bit. So in terms of my designs, what do you have to look forward to? This Subaru sweater notes, they're gonna be popping up in the blog post by the time that this video comes out. The Ivana vest, which I did in collaboration with We Crochet's IDP Showcase. That is coming out in March, and I've got a surprise in terms of that for you. It's a secret, but I'm filming some stuff for my birthday. Yes. For April, it's Earth Day, and this year I really wanted to plan something, and I decided to do some thrift flips because you guys know that I like thrifting. I like going out and seeing what things I can create from things that other people have no use for anymore. Okay, mostly I like going out and collecting mugs. Sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna have to stop that because I ran out of room in the mug cupboard. Even my dad called me out on it. He was like, you know, you should really stop buying mugs. You'd have more space for food. Thanks. So yeah, in April, I also have an upcoming collaboration that I can't really talk about. That's all I'm saying. And then for May, I'm thinking some accessories as we approach the summer, because I know in the summer not all of us want to wear crochet. We might find it too hot or whatever, but we still want to give a little nod to our craft. So I was thinking some accessories, and I did start plot lining those. I'm very excited. Oh, and something else that is coming up pretty soon is Crochet Society. If you've never heard of Crochet Society, they are a subscription box under Bello Coco. I will put the link to that down below because in the next box, I am a featured designer, and it's not really a spoiler because she already said that on Instagram, and she already put stories of all the designers that are coming out in that box, which is very exciting. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what this box looks like physically, and definitely will be sharing it with you. If you want an unboxing of it, let me know in the comments below, and if you follow on Instagram, perhaps I'll do the unboxing there or here as part of a podcast episode. Let me know. I also have several ideas for other designs just floating around in my head, but I haven't really settled on anything yet. I guess there's just too many going in there, and I've been trying to keep up and writing them all down and do swatches for them as well, so that I can actually move forward with the design and not look at this idea and go like, what? Because I know that if I were to check previous design journals, I'll find some projects that never made it to the light of day. So yeah. So that is it in terms of designs that I'm working on or will be working on. In terms of things that other people have designed that I want to make, buckle up. They are beautiful. First up, we've got the Victorian Love Top by Chunky Wools. It's available via Ravelry or Etsy, and it is beautiful. Just as it says, it's a Victorian inspired top. So we've got a high neck a high neckline, which you guys know I love. Very puffy sleeves and some very beautiful lace detailings. Because if you're familiar with if you're familiar with the Victorian late Victorian Edwardian period, you will find a lot of lace inserts in those tops. Actually, I think it's more of a Edwardian thing. I really have to check my sources on that, guys. And another make that I really want to work on is the Poppins sweater by Laura Algarra. It is a sweater inspired by Mary Poppins, and it is done in a cotton mohair yarn because of the big collar that's a feature of the top. You want it to be lightweight, if not that collar will be very, very heavy. Now I do have a yarn. Okay, as I was saying, I do have a yarn, this one, that it is a cotton alpaca blend. It is 70% cotton, 19% wool, and 11% alpaca. It is 150 grams, and it is very lightweight. Like those 150 grams, you can't really feel it. So I think this will be compatible with the yarn that she chose to use. My only gripe about this is that it's such a dark color. But it does feel beautiful, and it's not itchy at all. And I had bought this to make a sweater for my husband, but he was like, that's itchy. So it's just been in my stash. It's Lana Grossa Gomitulo Punto. Yeah. I really like this blend, actually. I might use it just because I have it in my stash. And it is very nice and soft. Which is what you want for that sweater, as I said, because you don't want it to be overweighted by the collar. You don't want to add so much weight to the collar. Of course, you could, I guess, potentially crochet the body of the sweater in something more skin-friendly to you, and then just do the collar portion in a very light, lofty yarn. Maybe that could work. All right, we've also got two knit sweaters that I am very tempted by. We all know the Laurenson sweater. I've discussed it. I've said I'm gonna cast it on for like 1.5 years now, and I haven't done it because I'm scared of it. I don't know why. All I tend to do when I'm scared about a knitting project is I actually just cast it on. I start it, and then when I reach a part that I'm confused by, I go look up a YouTube video, watch that, try it, learn it, move on. That's all I gotta do. But anyway, the other one I'm tempted by, and the Laurenson sweater is by Lily Kate Makes, or Lily Kate. Her name's Lily Kate. Her Instagram is Lily Kate Makes. And the other one is the Ladyfinger sweater. I believe that is a fingering weight sweater, or it might be DK, but it's really cute and I've been eyeing it forever. It is by, her Instagram handle is More Thunder. I think it's Morgan something. So yeah, those are the 4 garment projects I'm very tempted by, and will I be able to make them this year? I really, really hope so. None of these designs are conducive to summer though. They're not summer appropriate, which is what we're going to be reaching soon, and that has me worried. I am toying with the idea of making the Lawrenson sweater in cotton, worsted weight cotton, because I've checked the Ravelry project page and some people have done it in worsted weight cotton, so I think that's a possibility. And I'm sure that 10 other distractions will pop up and I will want to make other things, and of course I should actually plan my next Christmas gifts make now, and I have a nephew whose little gift I've started ages ago and I haven't finished, so I do need to finish that. But speaking of distractions, okay, that was horrible. That was meant to be de-stress and action, anyway. I found a love of paper crafting recently, yes, and I know this has nothing to do with crochet, but I thought I would share it with you because it's lovely. It really helps just to like zen at the end of the day, and it gives a use to all those catalogs that I get in the mail that I never know what to do with but keep around because I feel guilty throwing them away because that's so much paper that goes out into the environment. So that's also a plus. And like I said, even though it's not Subaru crochet sweater related, I'm gonna share it with you. Right, here we are. So I've just technically been taking envelopes that you get in the mail as well and covering them up just with junk pieces and little things like that. And then I'm using them to keep other junk pieces of junk journaling and just magazine cutouts that I think will look really nice for future envelope projects. This here was from a bar of soap. This was from a Joann's catalog. This is just a sticker that I've had for a while. This is from a Knit Picks catalog. This was from a shoebox that I really liked the wrapping, so I tore it out. My wedding shoes, actually. This was also from a Knit Picks catalog. And these were just from a Joann's sales catalog. And this was from the Amazon shopping. So yeah, that's one. And this is the second one I did. This one's all about just green and outside living. I'm trying to give them little themes so that they just look like they had a purpose. And like I said, inside are other little bits and bobs that I want to use for other envelope projects. I really like this covering of envelopes. I am thinking of getting like the clear contact paper to wrap them up in because some of the glue doesn't glue. Yeah, I'm sure you guys know about that. But because of that, and kind of art journaling, junk journaling, and just paper crafting ideas in general, I bought a book. And this was 100% Catherine of Crafting Treats' fault because I had no idea this book existed until she mentioned it. And it is The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden. Now, for those of you not familiar with this, like I wasn't, this is a book, a diary. It's literally a diary of Edith Holden that she wrote up during, I think it was the year 1906. So the description inside says, a facsimile reproduction of a naturalist's diary for the year 1906. Edith Holden recorded in words and paintings the flora and fauna of the British countryside through the changing seasons of the year. And I just thought that was so beautiful, and it really is also inspiring me for how to carry on my own planner and diary, because she starts out with the month, and then she gives quotes on that month, and she draws something that she saw in that month. And I just think that is so pretty, even if it's not a naturalist thing. If you draw something like a really good memory you had of that month and you draw it, or use pictures to tell the story, I just think that is really cute. So I made that purchase, and boy, let me tell you, I managed to find a copy for $18 US, but there were some there for $150 US. Like, there were some pretty pricey ones. So I think that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take pictures of the pages that I really love, and I'm gonna send them to the printer, have them printed out for me so I can practice some drawing, but also use it in my own journaling endeavors. So yeah, I know it's not crochet Subaru sweater related. I know it's not technically crochet related, but it is a craft. And there's some really, really pretty pictures in there. And after owning this book, I realized that I actually have a magazine in which a page of this book comes out. So that was really fun. Oh, you know what I haven't done yet? I haven't talked to you about what I'm wearing, and I'm wearing 2 crochet items today. Yes, I am. So first up, we have the top that I'm wearing, or sweater technically. It's the Adelong sweater by Addie Day. I did not make this one. Actually, this is also the sweater that I really wanted to make for a long time. And her blurred line sweater too. Anyway. So this is the Adelong sweater. It's a design by Addie Day, and this was a test crochet that my mom did, and she ended up accidentally shrinking it in the dryer, so I got it, and I use it when the weather is 60 degrees out and it is very gray, so it's a perfect time to wear some yellow to cheer up anybody and everybody that sees me, which is just gonna be you guys, but every time I look in the mirror, I'm gonna see the sweater and I'm gonna smile. So there's that. And also wearing a pair of earrings. I think I'm gonna have to actually just get in your face. These crochet earrings were designed and made by Mama, Mind and Muse Crafts. And yeah, she gave them to me when I went home for Christmas, and I love using them. My preference is actually hoop earrings that face this way, not this way, but these tend to dangle about and face either direction, and since they are crocheted around a wire, they're not heavy at all, which is bonus. Also, because the metal wire is covered by the crochet, you can use them when it's cold and you won't get that shock of gemstone or metal near your skin when you're trying to keep warm. So yeah, that is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed my talk and adoration of the crochet Subaru sweater and the little other tidbits that I shared with you. A job for editing Clarissa is definitely going to be to include the pictures of the things I talked about in terms of the future projects that I want to be making, just to give you a better idea. And I'll definitely include the links down below to where I got these pictures, because copyright infringement is not something I look forward to. But yeah, thank you ever so much for joining me today in this crafty podcast, crochet podcast. And let me know what you're working on right now. I love sharing that with you because, you know, we're all working on different things. We all have different tastes, and it's great to be able to share them with other people. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, then please do so. And definitely comment, because otherwise it is just me talking to a camera. And while I'll probably continue to do so, it is much more enjoyable when I know that after I upload a video, I will be having actual conversations with human beings. So there is that. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep on, well, actually, no, I'm not gonna crochet right now because I got a text message from one of my favorite thrift stores around here that they're giving a 50% off for registered members, which I am. So I will be going there trying to find some items for when I finish my March project. I know, so mysterious. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep this project a secret for, but I'm gonna do my best. I mean, it's only a month. That's how long I have to keep a secret. And it helps that I'm doing a video about it so that I feel like I'm talking to you. And yeah, anyway, before I give the game away, just thank you so much for spending a little bit of crafty time with me. You guys make it all worth it, and just happy crafting until I see you again. Spread some love, spread some joy, and happy crafting. Bye!